Well, you have about 5 hours and 58 minutes to get your tax return postmarked. But Julie Watts explains why this year many are being told to file those tax returns using false information. Who would give you that advice?
Well, the feds are actually giving folks that advice. Thousands of Americans may be filing inaccurate tax returns tonight because they've been told to ignore mistakes made by Covered California and other state and federal healthcare exchanges.
I need my tax refund.
I want to file on time.
But like thousands, Stacey Soggins and Jeff Ward have been forced to wait months. Diligently checking the mail for tax forms, Covered California was required by law to get them back on February 2nd.
They've had plenty of time. They knew this was coming.
Sure, it is our responsibility to get the forms out on time and accurately.
Covered California's Dana Howard was not available for an interview today, but last month chalked up the delayed forms to growing pains of a new healthcare exchange. Last month, the agency acknowledged at least 4,500 enrollees had not received their tax forms, in addition to more than 100,000 who received inaccurate forms. In all, at least 13% of all the forms sent out. Well, today, tax day, those numbers seem to be growing. Covered California now acknowledges nearly 250,000 enrollees were impacted by missing or inaccurate forms that they know of. The agency claims the corrected forms have all now been sent out, but nearly every comment on Covered California's Facebook page is in reference to related tax troubles.
They have 60 days from the date of receipt.
And while some, like Stacey Soggins, did finally receive their missing tax forms last week, they arrived riddled with mistakes and no time left to send in another dispute. An issue so prevalent nationwide, the feds announced they won't be penalizing people who file inaccurate tax returns due to mistakes made by healthcare exchanges like Covered California and the federal healthcare.gov. And while exchanges are chalking this all up to a learning curve, enrollees say they're learning a lesson of their own.
My experience dealing with Covered California has been one of just general frustration in finding them to be inept and incompetent.
Now, while Jeff has still not received his 1095 via mail, it did finally show up online last night, though many are complaining today they can't log into their online profiles to check to see if theirs is now there. Covered California does now have a team dedicated to handling disputes, and they've been calling people all month to let them know that they won't face tax penalties for filing returns with the inaccurate forms.
All right, so should you file an amended tax form now in the event you might get the 1095 later?
Right, or once you, well, you could. You can actually file an amended form if you do get accurate information down the road. But the feds say you don't need to file an amended return. However, many people are going to want to. Well, I don't know about many, but some people will if the mistake is not in their favor and they're supposed to be getting money back.
Right.
They're going to want to file that amended return.
There you go. All right, Julie, thank you very much.